So let's take a look this one. So what do we have here? We have here an email saying that, okay, immediate actions required because unusual activity detected on your account. So dear Elizaveta, blah, 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 we noticed unusual activity in your account, retirement account, and you should log in, probably to verify something, and failure to do so may result in temporary suspension in your account. Pretty scary email, but it looks like normal email, right? But something is weird here. First of all, it's urgency, right? This email said that you should do something immediately. And it's one of the most popular red flags that you may see in scam emails, especially. So when someone tries to rush you, to force you to do something immediately, it is a big red flag. Another one is typo in sender's email. This email looks like fine, right? But if you look closer, we may see like a small typo, just double S here. And such things really hard to spot. And of course, attackers, they know about it and they use it. Sometimes you may see that sender's email is quite weird. It can be sometimes just combination of random letters, random symbols, but sometimes they're like scammers, they're really creative and they use like real emails, yeah, but real domains, but they change just one letter and it's really hard to spot. But yeah, we always should verify sender's email. Also, we may see here a link. So if we hover the login button, yeah, we may see URL where we will be forwarded if we click it. And what is weird here, that get doctorate something which like doesn't relate to subject of an email, yeah, and the topic and the company names as they are pretending to be from. So it is another red flag that is really common. So in most of the cases and such scam emails, if you investigate the link where you will be forwarded, it will be really weird. Sometimes it's just something random. Sometimes it may also contains misspelling or some additional letters, and sometimes it's just combination of random symbols. Also, yeah, they trying to attempt, trying to raise a panic or sense of fear. And last but not least, they use a well-known company logo to establish trust, and it's also quite popular, right? They impersonate well-known company, uh, so to establish trust. What may help here? First of all, never click links in email. If you got an email saying that you should verify your account, log in somewhere, it's better to like open your browser and type the URL by yourself, or, like domain name that you know, and only there log in. Or if you use some services often, it's better to even save them in bookmarks, yeah, and that's how you may access them, and you will be assured that it is correct site, but never log in through links in emails. Um, yeah, and if you have any like doubts regarding emails, you can always verify, like calling by official number or contacting official support, right? If you got an email that something is wrong with your account, you can contact support of a company and verify that everything is fine. Or another case, so this email said that immediate tax payments required, otherwise really bad consequences may happen. And you have only 24 hours. And they also provided some payment instruction, which is quite convenient, right? And some phone number where you may call if you have questions. Okay, what is weird here? So you may guess the first one is urgency red flag. Yeah, we may see here that again, urgent, immediate. Another one again is email sender address. It has a typo also. Yeah, it's a letter instead of I. And if you open like official site government's official site and check like their emails, you will see that it's totally different, right? The domain is different. Um, Also, yeah, there is an urgency in the body of the email. They say that immediate payment required again, and you have only like 24 hours to make your decision. And there is a list of consequences, right, if you don't do that. So it's also the attempt to raise this sense of, panic, to force you act without thinking. So here are some PayMass method. Again, probably it will be like quite different from what you get used to, right? And entire things always should be verified. So if some payment data changed, then you should, I know, make a regular payment on another account. Yeah, it again should be verified. And last but not least, here is a phone number. So what is interesting with phone numbers in such emails? If you look up for such numbers, probably you will see that other people already complained for this number. Yeah. Um, Usually attackers they just send the same email to many people, and once it recognizes scam, someone may report it. So if you just Google the number, you probably will see some feedback that is connected to scam schemes, but not always, of course. So in this case, you also may compare like this number to official number published on sites. So how can we protect ourselves from such type of scam? First of all, you should stay calm. If you read some email and you feel very emotional, it is a big sign to keep calm and take your time, take a breath, go walking, whatever, but do not make any decision when you're feels that emotional. And yeah, if we need to pay something or email says that you have some problems, always verify it through official means of communication. Um, this is another example that says that you can invest somewhere, yeah, and receive 20% of monthly returns, which is quite tempting, right? And it's just simple. You should click the link, yeah, and reserve your spot. So attackers not always use the sense of urgency or fear. Sometimes they rely on this, excitement, great, tempting things. And if you see that there is an offer that sounds too good to be true, in like 99% it is. So if something sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. And it is a classic example of such a schema. So we have, we see here, right, really tempting offer that sounds like really unrealistic. Also, they are trying to create this feeling of missing out opportunities, right? And they're like highlight that spaces are filling really fast. So you should decide it right now. You don't have time to think about it. And again, there is a link. Probably, if you follow such a link in such emails, they may ask you to pay some deposit to reserve your spot, or to log in somewhere, yeah, or give your credit card number. Or it may lead that you will need to download something, and this file will contain some viruses, and this is how you may infect your laptop really easily. So how can we protect from such scams? Um, we should remember that if something sounds too good to be true, probably it is. And if you have doubts, yeah, maybe it is a real offer. Better to take an advice from someone. And last but not least example that I would like to present today is a phone call. So it really important to know that scammers are very creative and they use different means to deliver their scams and try to trick people. Not only emails, yeah, but they also may use phone calls. For example, here, um, someone calling and pretending to be from Entrust support, yeah, and says that they detected suspicious activity on your account and you need to take immediate action to protect your money. So you see, right, the red flags are the same. It's urgency, it's uh, like if you don't do something, yeah, something bad may happen to your account, to your money. Yeah, this sense of emergency and fear here. So red flags the same, that just the communication means is the different. And what can we do here is hand up and call company on their usual support number to verify if everything is all right with your account. But do not trust, this unknown caller uh, saying you something and do not follow their instructions. Let's summarize what we have heard. Um, so most common red flags, yes, that we have seen, it's spelling mistakes and strange wording, unknown senders or odd email addresses, as we saw, right? So it can be just small typo, but sometimes it's just weird combination of letters. And the same things with links in emails. It's urgent language, like act now, immediate actions requires, unusual payment methods, request for sensitive information. Sometimes scammers, they are sending some emails or calling you and ask some really like provide your passport data or credit card data and other sensitive information. If you got such a request from like a known sender, it's big red flag. So never share your personal information with contacts that you don't know. And if something is too good to be true, yeah, we should be very careful because probably it is a scam.